Oh, you want an ice cube?
Oh, well, we at least have the stream going. That way, as they pop in,
Yellow.
Yeah.
So I guess you see them.
No one's on it yet.
Chris, that water's pretty good.
Oh, buddy, you dropped your ice cube.
Did everyone see the guy who went on Jeopardy and like blew $1,900?
Yeah, saying
in order to
we love you.
So I think this was after Alex Trebek had been diagnosed. He had $2,000, and on the final one, he bet $19.95, and his answer was, "We love you, Alex Trebek."
Wow.
Yeah, and I
think
think
if you don't know what it is, anyways, because you have
right. And I'm guessing he had either he didn't know or he was like, "I'm not going to win. This is worth it to me."
Yeah.
But why bet any money?
1995, I guess, was when he started.
Oh.
That's my guess. Or he just didn't like that many monies. But he ended with $5.
I did not realize he was 80 years old.
I did not realize he was dead.
Yeah, that's a new thing.
Oh,
I didn't say something.
Are you watching? Someone's watching.
I thought I said something yesterday.
Yeah.
He did not look
I
80.
had no idea. I didn't know before that. Is that what happened?
It
No,
happened
it happened Saturday, Friday.
a couple days ago.
It was a couple of days.
Yeah.
The first I heard of it was when I said something.
The first I heard was when you said something. Apparently Sean Connery died too?
Yeah, last week.
I didn't know that.
Sir Sean Connery.
Sorry.
2s and 3s. They always die in 2s and 3s.
I heard it was only 3s.
Uh-oh.
I'm sure if we tried hard.
Gosh, I was like, oh no. I was like,
Bye.
who's culturally relevant right now and ready to kick the bucket? Not Betty White.
Sorry, YouTube. We didn't mean it.
Again, how is Betty White still alive?
Yeah, the Queen of England, man.
Like, do you know that when you turn 100 in England, you get a letter from the Queen?
Oh,
She's gonna have to write
Send
herself a letter.
Apparently she served in World War II.
Yeah.
That's impressive. There's
Yeah.
not a whole lot of people left that can say that.
Yeah.
No. And then probably a lot less royal people
Also,
that can say that.
some brownies.
A lot less.
And
A lot of royalty didn't make it
Some
to some
of-
of those world wars.
Allie's cupcakes left over from the Halloween party, which are probably really stale. Sorry,
Let me adjust to completely block all your options.
Auctions.
I will ask, since I'm the one doing the streaming to YouTube, if someone else could do the Discord, because I already think it's going to be a rough feedback loop. So I'm going to mute mine just in case.
It's not an enemy we are about to run into.
What's up, world? Nobody's on.
Hello, world.
Well,
Sorry, I need to go potty before we start.
That's
You
all
might
right.
actually start pretty on time.
all right. Did Michael leave? Michael left. He's going to work. Okay.
Did he tell you his news?
Is it good news?
Yes.
It is.
Is it that he got the job with Boeing?
Nope.
Well, okay.
I'm not giving it away, especially not online where he can actually prove that I told you.
Good point. Michael, if you're watching our D&D feed, as I know you always do, I eagerly await your good news. These are much tinier tots than I normally see.
That's why we like them crispy.
Scholars now believe Saul through Spirit Days were playing Christmas music well before Thanksgiving.
I was in Hobby Lobby like mid-October, and they were playing Christmas music.
I really despise Christmas music. I can find that humorous. Trump quickly identifies as woman, so Kamala Harris can't claim to be the first female president.
Although I feel like that's something he would have done back in 2016 to rub it in
Yeah.
Hillary's face, if we're being honest.
I think that joke was made back then too.
Yeah, that's probably accurate.
Well,
Well,
last session, you all found yourselves in. I want to say Illa, and every single time I want to say Illa, and I know it's not Illa. Valerius.
Close enough.
Valerius. Tower, where you got to meet a friend of misery, of redemption. During this meeting, I believe you did introduce her as your patron.
Yeah.
You learned what exactly the relationship between the two were. You also learned that she was being held there. The entity, the creature holding her, has bound her by 4 different chains, and she would only refer to him as the imprisoned one.
Which bodes very, very well for us.
I mean, really, it's like a good thing because, like, if he was the imprisoning one, that's a bad thing. But the imprisoned, I mean, he's already in jail.
Or the unimprisoned, that would be bad.
Yeah.
Like the recently prisoned but no longer.
the formerly known.
The unbound oblivion. The boundless oblivion? The bounding oblivion.
It's just the evil rabbit from Monty Python.
Hey guys.
After very strict instructions to stay inside the tower at night,
Which we did,
which you did,
barely.
y'all listened as you heard a strange melodic tune that was hummed.
Oh, baby. What are you doing?
That's not where you belong. Come to me.
Gonna just put that there.
Oh, you're stuck. Oh, you're stuck. Oh,
Y'all didn't get to see the cat. The cat tried to jump on my computer. It is slick. Did not work.
It's okay, baby. Oh yeah.
As the morning came, she sent you off into the labyrinth that lays beyond her garden. And we ended our episode as y'all entered into this labyrinth full of thorns, full of lifeless, just lifeless and unwelcoming bristle patches everywhere that line these walls.
So is it like an actual like stone maze that's covered in thorns?
Oh, I thought it was like a hedge.
That's what I was thinking too.
It is more of a hedge.
Okay, so again, in
there-
my mind, I see Goblet of Fire,
Yep.
maze,
Yes.
but thorny.
Yes.
Okay. That's what I thought, but then you said something about the thorns along the walls, and I wasn't sure if I
Oh.
got the wrong mental image.
No, there is no actual there's no substance other than it being thick and like knurled.
Right. Is it
so-
thin enough that we can see through it, like to the path or path portion on the other side, or is it like it's
You
really overgrown?
you can
See,
see bits and pieces through.
Okay.
It is difficult, but there are small gaps and holes where you can at least see to the other side, and you might one would surmise, if they wanted to try it, you might be able to force your way through. However, it doesn't look comfortable.
Right.
With that, and do we have both of our online guests?
I believe so. They're both muted, but they're there.
Okay. With that, we will
Bye, Megan.
pick up where y'all left off.
Do any of us ranger have good map making abilities? Maybe it would be good not to get lost.
I was gonna say I'm a cartographer.
Oh,
I am not.
I don't have my character sheet.
I almost said Greg. You wanna?
Was another life.
You're a ranger, right? No, you're not a ranger.
I'm a ranger
It's the wrong
is-
one too.
Um,
The ranger is Remus.
Ranger's mobile.
So we do have a ranger.
Hey, Melissa, you have a request.
what?
Let me get a chance on your phone. From Grace. Turn off background suppression. I don't know what that means.
Oh,
It keeps background noise down so that other people in the room can't be heard. But if we want other people in the room to be heard,
yeah.
Gotcha.
We
It's
basically have
just
to speak
helpful.
above a threshold for it to do it. Otherwise, it
So
basically
only
means everything.
screaming from here
yelling
on out.
important.
Mhm.
Then
Importante.
we all need to log in individually.
Brilliant. That would be a disaster.
I don't think it's on.
What's the threshold set at for the microphone?
My sensitivity?
Yeah.
Oh. Hang on.
Oh, I can hear
I
sounds.
can hear
Yeah.
Grace quietly.
Sorry. Have you been trying to talk and we just haven't been hearing you? Is that the problem?
No.
You just can't hear us?
Hear anybody else? No.
Can you hear us now?
So who could you hear?
I could hear you, and then I could hear John, but it sounded like gibberish because it was so garbled.
I mean, most of what he said was gibberish. So
True.
So,
I can hear Chris now.
okay, so I think part of the problem was I had it set to phone and not to speaker.
Okay.
that would do it.
That would do it.
So we can hear you guys now.
Okay.
It does sound a lot clearer now.
Hi,
Oh,
Caleb.
it's Caleb.
Yeah, Caleb's here too.
I was like, and there's a third person on, but
Oh.
that's Melissa.
I just asked if there's a ranger who wants to keep track of where we're going.
No, this is gonna be fun. Don't worry, guys.
So I was thinking it might be worthwhile for me to have Visu fly above us
That would help too, right?
and see if we can't see a clear path to the tower.
That's a good idea.
I'm just making sure everyone can be heard.
I really, really hate the sound of my own voice
I know.
coming through a recorded device.
It's the
Then
worst.
stop talking because it's about to come through.
I can't help
Okay. Test over. Continue.
Good, good, good. Right. If I do that, I will need guidance for me on the ground so they don't run into things because I won't be able to see or hear my surroundings.
I'll tap you on the shoulder and go like this and give you guidance.
Not quite what I meant.
Or can help it that way.
Will be appreciated.
Did we just
Ash
justify?
wants to follow Visu in the air.
Oh,
Oh, that's a good idea.
Oh, there's that
What-
too.
Did we
I
just take a
suppose.
long or short rest?
we just took a long
we
rest.
just woke up.
Okay. How high are you going to be sending Visu, and how high are you flying, Ash?
How high are the hedges?
The hedges are about, I believe I said they were about 30 feet high.
Ooh, wow.
These are some tall hedges.
I guess 50 feet then.
50 feet?
I'll basically be flying so high that like my feet are basically touching the hedges.
Yeah. Be careful because there are flying creatures, right?
Ah, crap. I forgot about that. Good point. Bring Visu down to 35 feet.
Okay.
Probably not be very useful at that point. These are so good.
Okay. With that, you are able to see at least you're able to see a decent distance, at least to keep track of where you know to be going. Well, as y'all continue on, I will inform you. That way, you will at least not have to just sit here and be like, "What do I see now? What do I see now?" As the decisions that need to be made as you navigate this labyrinth are made. I will have y'all roll the perception checks, and y'all more or less will be getting advantage on those, but I'll also probably be giving also just hints towards, well, this side looks a little bit better type of thing.
It's like that scene from Beauty and the Beast. Dark, spooky trees, happy sunset trees. Definitely go to the dark and spooky trees.
Yeah, basically. Okay. As
Like they're basically just cinnamon.
But apple.
I like it's just a hint of apple. I don't think it's a good one.
as you all make your way into this maze, it continues on for about 120 feet or so before you see it take its first turn. The ground beneath you is hard and filled with rocks. No sort of regular stone path can be seen. It is much more like a salted earth type of field where you see nothing really green growing. Every once in a while, you might see a couple mushrooms, large-ish mushrooms.
Big green mushrooms. Big green mushrooms.
That seem to be grouped together towards one of the walls. But other than that, you see nothing that lives inside of this maze. You follow the hedge around, and you come across your first real decision that you have to make. As soon as you make your turn, you see in another 80 feet or so a T that goes off to the left and to the right. For those of you who are flying,
Oh, sorry.
for those of you who are flying, go ahead and make perception
Before
check.
he has to make checks, if I see his orcs, I'm giving him guidance.
So, how would that work? Because I'm not going up there. My bird is up there.
But you're looking.
You're looking through the bird, right?
That's true. Interesting.
What perception is and wisdom, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Possibly.
it is technically the wisdom of the creature that you are
My
inhabiting.
my raven has its own perception checks, but I don't know how
Yes.
similar it is.
So, because yours is just a familiar, or is it? It's more than that, isn't it? Okay. Sorry, I'm not
I
asking
don't
the background
know.
stuff.
I'm not the DM. I think it's a familiar.
So I have like a separate, like I'm not rolling misery's stats.
Yeah, Edgar Allan Poe has his own stuff.
So I
Have you
would
ever
say
cast guidance on your crow, your raven.
I'm not a cleric in that one.
What does that have to do with it?
I would say because he already has advantage on those anyways, right? So go ahead and roll with advantage. We'll guidance normally
That's
gets a
fine.
D whatever.
It's like a D4. It's fine if it doesn't.
I was going to say, I would say that it isn't going to work because it would have to be on the creature that is actually making the check, and technically that would be Visu. So go ahead and roll with advantage. It's going to be a lower DC anyways, and Ash as well.
I believe
17.
That's what she has.
That's what she has.
All right, she sent that like 10 minutes ago.
Okay.
She had to roll like 5 times to get that.
So, what both Ash and Visu sees before them, the path around to the right, although filled with a couple of other turns, seems to have no definitive continuation.
The path, which side?
To the right.
Okay. I think we should go right.
What do you think we should do?
Right. Sorry, you guys are not seeing up
Nope.
above, so my sarcasm is lost. Because the right is most definitively a dead end. We should not go to the right. We should go left. This is going to be harder than I thought.
So left in.
So left is right.
No,
Right.
left is
That's
correct.
just maddeningly unhelpful.
Right then, let's go left.
As you make your way around the path to the left, you encounter a couple of winding turns, several hundred feet of traveling. The only thing that you begin to notice as you are making your way back and forth, you can more or less, since y'all are barely in, you can keep track of to and from the garden and which way is towards the garden, which way is away from the garden, and you're as you begin traveling, switching back to away from the garden. The farther and farther you travel away from the garden, it starts to the light seems to be not quite as bright. It's it grows not quite cloudy, but just dimmer. You follow that path around. You encounter a couple of more Ys, but for the most part, you're able to navigate and say, oh well, this one's most definitely dead end. Then you finally make your way around to the next real decision that you had to make. And this time, I would like everyone to make perception checks.
Who's got the
Advantage for Ash and for Visu.
Not cool.
who's got the tree one?
Can I touch myself and give myself guidance?
Is-
These two rolls so
Does that one say another creature, or does that one just say a creature?
I think you get to a certain level, you can guide yourself.
Oh, really?
Really?
I thought so.
You touch one willing creature.
Okay, so yeah, I'll
My bardic inspiration. You can inspire yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's birds. I'm not willing though.
found the curse of having my character sheet and my notes.
Oh, that's too bad.
Okay. What do we have, guys?
2 and 24 for Caleb and Grace,
Okay.
or Grace and Caleb, and then
19.
Okay.
nat 20 for 25.
Good for you.
14 for Visu.
14 for Visu. Okay. Those of you who are in the air who scored above a 15. Did
Actually,
No one?
nobody.
no one?
In
No
the
one
air.
No one in the
nobody.
air, because Caleb was the one on the ground.
Okay. So, that's right, because you
I
ended
did
up
it.
flipping them. Okay. Those who scored above 10 then would at least be able to see
Above 10 in the air.
Yeah.
10 in the air. Yeah. Would have seen. Sorry, but there's
I gotcha.
lots of things happening.
Yep.
10 in the air would get the way that continues on straight.
Are we at a cross intersection?
Yeah, it is a cross intersection. Y'all are coming in from the south. There's a branch off to the east. Yeah, for my direction, and then you can continue on to the north. The way to the north,
There's only two options. There's not a west.
there's
Okay.
two options.
It's a T intersection, not a cross intersection.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Yes. You did say cross.
I was like,
It
he
is a
agreed
T.
with cross, and then he showed me a T, and I don't know if I'm just confused or if it's because he doesn't want to stab his pencil all the way through his hand to show the west option.
It is a T intersection, except y'all are coming in
From one of the sides rather
yeah.
than the root.
Yep. So, branching off to y'all's right, looks like there's a good deal more traction than going forward. Those of you who are not flying and scored above.
When you say there's more traction,
Sorry,
to the right.
there's more.
Like there's more chunk of maze there.
Yeah, it
Okay.
looks like the one to the right will lead to a larger section of the maze.
Okay.
Though it does not, they cannot definitively say that the one going straight
Right.
would be.
It's like when you're solving a pencil maze, and it's like, well, that way is where the rest of the maze is. So, but that way kind of goes along the edge.
Yes. Okay. Those of you who scored above a 15 on the ground.
I'm just eating a donut.
You begin to hear just almost a slight drone, almost like the beating of wings from some sort of one would imagine like a bee or a bug-like creature is what you can imagine. It sounds distant, but you're pretty sure you hadn't heard it before.
I rolled a 6, so I don't hear it.
Okay.
Goes out here saying,
Should
You hear a thing?
yeah, I hear
it
that
sounds like a
too.
little bee, but it's far away. So like a big bee.
I was gonna say a fly, but yeah, bee maybe.
I'm gonna call the VC back down because I'm not going to risk that game.
These are thorny hedges.
They are thorny hedges.
And I will wave up to Ash, hand gestures. She can't see because she's on Discord.
I'll drop my height and ask why.
So we're hearing something. We don't know if it's up in the air, but it might not be too safe to stay up there based on what we had been told previously about the dangers of the air. Your choice, but I personally would rather you not get eaten.
That's fair. I'll remain on the ground and walk with the party.
Can you,
Are we going straight or are we going to the right?
before we get too far, I want to try to draw our path.
Okay. So your first turn was to the left.
We started off going north,
You started off going north.
and then it was
You-
straight or left.
You went straight, turned left because you had to, and then turned left again at your first intersection. That has since.
So it might not work because there are going to be turns
Yeah.
that
We
we're
don't know how
taking that are
far.
not at intersections.
He was including those.
Yeah.
I'm going to include those.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have since turning left, you basically started going back towards the garden.
Yeah.
You then took 2 rights.
You also might need a bigger piece of paper.
And you are now making a choice between going straight or to the right.
I can see his map out of the corner of my eye, and it's a full printer sheet worth of maze. So
We'll deal with it when we get there.
That's fine.
Won't be too far. Too far.
Okay. Did y'all want to continue going forward, or did you want to take the road to the right?
Did you get any idea from the air?
So it looked like the path to the right leads deeper into the heart of the maze. Going forward kind of sticks along the edge, but not necessarily any indication that one or the other is or is not a dead end.
I will continue keeping an ear on that grouping and listening for if it gets louder, closer, or moves around.
Can someone remind me
Hats.
what we're looking for exactly?
A tower. Another, it should be an identical tower, right?
It's not a tower. It's
Dang it.
you are.
There's a thing. I didn't write it down because it's an anchor. We're looking for an anchor.
She has simply described it as an
Nice.
anchor where
Wow,
she is
taking
being
notes. I thought we could see something from the tower we were in. Was that
There,
correct or no?
From the
yes,
top of the tower, we could see very far away.
you could see very far away.
But we couldn't
it
see
looks-
specifically our destination.
You could see. What you could see is that farther and farther in, it looks like whatever is causing the brambles, the actual vines, thorny vines, has some sort of cluster towards the center.
And that was the direction that she was pointing us in?
Yes.
Okay. And that is the center of the maze from what we could see?
Yes.
Was there maze?
Oh, and technically, the entire area that she was around
Okay.
is a labyrinth.
So, like, as far as we could see in any direction, it was all only
Yes.
maze. But it got denser in the direction that she pointed.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Straight or right?
Well, we could do half and half.
No.
Someone step
No.
forward.
What if we send your bird diagonal? Northeast.
We can send it. We could also send the bird through the maze.
I could,
without
yeah,
going
I could
up out of the
send
maze.
him forward a little direction and see.
I think it's better than us going and finding us the wrong way.
Yeah. I'll send Visu forward down the maze.
Okay.
And I'll just tell him fly until you find either that it's a dead end or another intersection.
Okay. He's going straight ahead.
Straight ahead.
Okay.
Who's got the one?
Did you say you follow?
What did you say, Grace?
Nothing. She said nothing.
Okay. So Visu flies straight ahead, and after a couple hundred feet, encounters another intersection. As he sits in the intersection, he can look from one side to another. He can see, though far off, it does look like he sees a termination on one side. The other side turns away, and he cannot tell to where it goes.
Okay. And he is 100 feet away from me right now?
He is just past 100 feet.
Okay.
Like
Because I can
100.
only stay in contact with him within 100 feet.
So he would get there because you gave him instruction. He would get there. He would turn and look both ways and come back.
Okay.
And once he's within 100 feet, he would be able to let you know.
It doesn't. So the spell doesn't explicitly say that I can't use his senses. They lost audio.
Oh.
It doesn't explicitly say that I can't use his senses when he's only within 100 feet. It says that specifically for being able to telepathically communicate with them.
Yes.
I'm assuming that it's both, though.
No, you can still see. It's just he takes over more or
Okay.
less.
Gotcha.
So you can give him instruction, and then he will carry out that instruction, and then, if able, come back.
Okay. Okay. So it was a split. Was it left and right?
Left and right.
And the right was a dead end.
Right is a dead end.
This time.
Oh, better.
If you want to do anything with him, let us know.
Who's got the tree wand?
I had it. You may have it back.
I'll point at the hedges and expend a charge.
Okay. What do you want?
How's it going?
How do you think?
I'm going to do the same thing with Visu down the other pathway to the right.
As he makes his way around, he finds yet another dead end.
And
It
only
does.
a dead end.
Yep, it seems that both ways end in dead ends.
Wait, time out. So I had him come back to the intersection that we're at.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that you meant
Spoilers.
spoilers.
Frick.
I thought you were saying you saw one way was a dead end. I thought that
I wanted him to come back to the intersection that we were at and go.
This was my bad. I misunderstood. Both ways. It will. I already said it, so it's not like it's going to change. You'll find that both of those other ways do lead to dead ends, leaving your best bet to the right.
To the right from the intersection that we are currently at, which is intersection number 2.
Yep.
I will relay this information.
Okay. Back to you.
Are you just one little section hedge, or you like the whole big hedge?
I mean, one big hedge.
How long have you been here?
I don't know. It's kind of fuzzy. I can remember being here,
That's good.
but I can't. We've been here several years, but I can't remember exactly how long. It gets fuzzier the farther back I get.
You must be rather big fella. How big are you?
Very, very big. Bigger than you.
Yes, it's true.
Come over here. I want to poke you.
Oh, I've considered it. You're not poisonous or anything, are you?
Not particularly.
Mm. Are you good for eating?
Good for eating. I mean,
I was just. Are there any animals that eat you?
nothing here eats us.
So there is a chance that you taste good. It's just nothing here eats it.
They wouldn't dare.
Why not?
There'd be consequences.
From you?
Yeah. Me, them, that one over there. Yeah,
The big one?
the big one.
Seems grumpy.
We all are grumpy.
That's fair. He seems grumpier than most.
I don't like being here.
What would make you happier?
More food.
What do you eat?
Wait till nighttime.
You eat nighttime. Got it. We'll be in touch.
Look forward to our future conversations.
That sounds like sarcasm.
Are you talking to a wall over there?
There's a wall there.
Like told he's officially lost his mind.
Yes, this is like the third plant we've been talking to, so I don't feel like this is like people don't know what's going on.
Michael, have you gone mad? What is wrong with you? It's the strangest thing. I handed him the wand of tree talking, and now he's talking for nothing.
So did he tell us is he going to show us the way?
Anyway,
I didn't get the impression he was particularly helpful. Definitely useful, just not helpful. Like, actually, you know how in the morning sometimes you're not very happy? It's like that all the time.
She's never happy.
Right, in the mornings.
I mean, did you see her face when she was killing that guy in the fighting pit? Pretty happy. Did he die?
No, we did not die.
He wasn't there.
You're making my morning grumpy again.
Right. The path is a dead end forward. We should go to the right.
Okay.
Do we get our other party members back?
Yeah, there
I
was.
think so.
I didn't think we lost any.
He means
Oh,
he's asking us.
Caleb.
Oh yes, they're back.
He did say that night time is especially dangerous.
Did we not already know that?
Did seem to be implied when we were told, do not under any circumstances go outside at night. On you go.
On you go.
All right.
You continue on down the path to the right. As you are making your way out and around, you find yet another intersection. However, this one is easy enough. As y'all approach said intersection, you look off to the left, and you immediately see that it's a dead end. Not several hundred feet, but about 100 feet or so to your left, you look, and there seems to be nothing. Again, you find, sorry, I say again, you find a small patch of mushrooms that seem to be growing towards the end of that dead end, though.
I will
Shortcut.
Go ahead. Yep.
To mushrooms.
Shortcut to mushrooms. I want to approach the mushrooms.
I will wait here so that we don't forget which direction we came from.
Okay. You approach the mushroom. What would you like to do?
Wait, do I have that
Oh
spell?
gosh. Do you have like find door or something?
Find door. Yeah, I actually just prepared that.
Is that an actual spell?
No.
Find the way is.
Find the path,
do
yeah.
you want me to do something like that though? That's not what I was thinking.
Go ahead and make either investigation or perception checks, whichever one y'all would be doing.
Neither.
Can I investigate the mushrooms for poison?
You may.
I want to look around and see if there's like a way to make the like. It seems too obvious that you would look at something and be like, "Oh, it is dead ends. We keep going." Like I feel like I want to see if there is like some kind of shortcut or like door or trap door or something.
You are able to see to the other side. It does appear, like I had mentioned before, the walls themselves do have small gaps and holes, and you can see that there seems to be something on the other side, whether it is a continuation of the path that you were on or a dead end in its own right. You are uncertain. But if you'd like to kind of roll perception to get a better look.
17.
17. Okay.
Dirty 20.
30, 20.
Dirty.
As you investigate these mushrooms, they're large for mushrooms. Not like, we're not talking like people-size large or anything here, but they are quite large for mushrooms. You kind of you mess around with them a bit. You try and get some scraping off the tops of them. You don't kind of touch it to your lip. No reaction. Doesn't seem to be reacting to at least skin or even a little bit of a taste. A little bit of consumption. It doesn't seem to be poisonous at the very least.
Is that how
That
you
stinks.
normally test for poison? Just eat it?
There's only one way to find out, right?
Yeah, it is. It's a weird way
A
to
couple
do it.
ways you could.
I've got safeguards if it is.
Yep.
I guess I could cast detect things. I don't know.
Make a like a nature check to see if I recognize the type of mushroom that it is, to see if it might be poisonous or not.
Sure. Go ahead and do that. what you begin to notice as you start looking through this bramble, you start to notice faint bits of dried blood. Whether that be from something that tried to make its way through it beforehand, or whether it be splatter from something that was encountered here before. You are uncertain, but there does seem to be a fair amount of blood that is spread in this area.
Can I tell what type of blood or how fresh it is?
The freshness seems to, with that roll, you can tell that it is within the past few days. It doesn't look like it's super recent, but it also is fresh enough to where it hasn't been washed away by just the sand and coarse dirt that would be picked up by the wind going through here or anything else. So,
hey, Missouri,
Yes.
didn't your lady friend, like, I got the impression it had been a while since anyone was up here. Around here, in this general vicinity.
I don't feel like I specifically gathered that from her. It
Yeah.
sounded like no one had visited her in the tower, but she can't leave the tower, so I don't know that she would be aware of who might be in this part of the wild.
as far as you're aware, and the rest of y'all would have assumed this as well, you are in the Feywild.
Right,
It's not like you're in some special
right.
pocket dimension. So there should be Fey creatures. Could be whatever she warned about in the maze itself. Nothing says that everything here is cooperating with each other. There are several different ways that this could have ended up here.
Fractal,
Mm.
how many charges do we have on that tree talking thing?
Let me check the batteries. How much do we have left? It recharges once per day. Is that correct?
Yeah,
Up to.
And I used it yesterday,
yeah, you used it yesterday, so I think it's up to 3.
so it should be at,
Yeah.
at 3, down by 1.
I think we got one day.
You are
down by one,
You have 2 left.
Used it yesterday.
Okay.
It should have
Yeah, we got
recharged
two
since then. Assuming we slept.
I kind of grab it like it's a little gross.
Fair enough.
Sup, Edge?
What do you want?
I want to know what died here.
Whatever it was delicious.
I'm sure it was. Did it have like a lupine flavor? Like what? What was the general cuisine?
Ah,
This tasted like wolf flavor.
the wolf left and there was no problem there, but later on it was just wolf flavor. One of the things that just wanders the maze. I don't know. I was hungry and I ate it.
You do realize that like plants aren't supposed to eat people.
You're not supposed to eat plants, but I don't hear myself complaining.
I tend not to. I like to eat meat.
Like you already.
Yeah. So, seeing as how we are establishing this rapport, so like are you the big thing in like the big giant like center thing of thorns? Is that you?
It's all us.
Us. Okay. So like, what's in the middle? Like, do we get a prize if we get to the middle or something?
I mean, someone gets a prize.
Okay, so I like you. I don't like riddles.
Ah, you're a smart little dwarf, aren't you?
Not particularly, actually.
Yeah. It's less of a prize, more of a sit-down dinner.
Sit down dinner with who? You don't really have like a butt, so I don't really see how you could sit down for dinner.
That's a fair point. I guess I do need a butt. I'll make one.
Oh, so we would get to hang out with you if we get to the middle.
Absolutely.
But why don't we just, like, we could hang out with you now?
It's not nearly as much fun here.
Why not? What's different about you in the middle?
It's bright here.
Dark there?
A little bit darker.
What if we could, like, make it dark here?
Oh, I love that.
That's a good sign. Let's try that. Nothing bad can come from that.
I have never wanted you to cast darkness more than right now.
I won't need to cast it. We can just wait.
So, like, what we got to do to get to the middle safely?
You want me to show you the way?
I think I do.
I can do that.
Insight check on the plant.
Go ahead and roll insight.
Natural 20 for a total of 24.
Wow, you're insightful. Doesn't everyone just min-max the barbarians? Dumb and strong?
She dumb. She not street dumb.
You gather he's willing to help, but he definitely has his own reasons for helping. It has nothing to do with the fact that he'd be more than willing to get you somewhere, though.
Do I believe that he will get me where I want to go?
Yes.
Hey guys, do we want, like, how quickly do we want to get to the middle of this thing?
Before dark.
Ideally.
So if the plant will show us the way, we'll good with that?
What?
Right. I'm with Aldrich on that one. That sounds suspicious.
Yeah, I agree, but like I really think I think he wants to like eat us. So like if we get to the middle, he can eat us faster.
Right.
So he's willing to get us
Let's
there.
help him with his goal. He'll help him with ours.
Yeah, you know, it's like a win-win for everybody.
No, those of us that get eaten.
Don't repeat it.
That is very high on my list of things.
So I mean, like, really, the question is like, do we want to wander around the maze and try to figure this out, or do we want like more time, or do we just want to go?
Yeah. I guess it depends on how his help comes to us. If it's in the form of clearing the path, then I'm not so confident. If it's just verbal directions, we could try that.
I'm going to assume my charge has banded.
Should last 10 minutes.
Oh, does it last 10 minutes? Oh, cool. Hey, so like, how are you going to show us the way, plant?
Oh, right. I hadn't thought of that.
Follow the thorns with butts.
You see one of the little locks of thorns come down up off the wall, and it is like a little caterpillar, and it just kind of starts inchworming its way.
Like it's disconnected from the hedge
Yes.
now. I do not like this at all. I hate caterpillars. So.
Follow the inchworm.
Follow the inchworm?
Boy, this might be slower than just wandering the maze. How fast is the
I say infirm. It is not the size of an infirm.
Okay.
You can see it more of the size of like a snake or so.
I'm picturing us all just like kind of like standing there, like we take a step every few minutes because it's like.
Think of it the size of a smaller snake.
Okay.
Yeah,
But it's moving at roughly a walking pace.
Yeah, it's moving at a walking pace.
Okay. Well, I guess.
Worst
case, we can always just torch this place.
Hey, plant man.
Yeah.
At this pace with following your little thorny snaky friend here, how soon are we going to get to see you?
I don't know. I've never had to actually go through the actual labyrinth before. A couple hours. Should be by the end of the day. I don't know.
But well, if we get impatient, I might just like pick up your little snaky friend and like just have him like point. And we
I'm
just-
okay with that.
Okay, just so that it wasn't like,
Use
oh my
him as
gosh,
a
who's touching me? Like,
Divining rod.
wanted to make sure I had consent.
Consent is important. Just watch out. He bites.
I do too.
Okay.
Here you go.
Divine bites.
He's got thorns on him.
Right. That's more like stab. Do I see any teeth?
You don't see any teeth. No.
Good. It's,
And as the thing is like inchworming and slithering and kind of just making its way along, it's not like a vine. It's not something that is fluid and just it's a lot more crackly. Like you can hear bits of the actual thorny, unliving vine like crack and snap as it sits there and tries to contort its body and crawl and drag itself forward with the thorns that are protruding. It is quite the sight to picture as it's making its way along, and just the different audio that you hear and the visual paired with it. It's a little bit unsettling. But it makes its way down and past the dead end.
DM,
Yes.
has the droning sound gotten louder, quieter, farther away?
The droning sound. Go ahead and make another perception check real quick.
4.
what do you know? It's gone.
It is still there. And instead of coming from like any specific direction, like before you could kind of pick out, it sounds like it's coming from that direction. It's now hard to kind of, it may be the fact that you're a little bit turned around inside of the labyrinth in general. It may just be there's more than one source. It may be that you're just a little bit tired from the night before, but the droning sound still present. Maybe a little bit louder. Seems to be coming from all sides.
Cool. Does it seem like it's coming from all sides, or does it seem like we can't pinpoint the direction it's coming from? Like, I would say there's a distinct difference between like you can hear it surrounding you, or it's hard to pin down which direction it's coming from.
It's hard to pin down.
Okay.
You hear it, and it's one of those, like, you know that there's a fly in the house. But you're not quite sure where it is.
Okay.
But yeah.
How much, can I tell roughly how much daylight we have remaining?
Strangely enough, as you are continuing down, it's starting to get a little bit brighter again. You seem to be heading back towards the tower. In fact, no, because you'd be too close to that hedge to be able to see the tower. But you gather you are heading back towards the tower.
You gather if you could look through the hedges, you would see it right there.
More or less.
So it took us away from the dead end.
Took us away from the dead end.
How accurate is this map? It's probably way off.
You're actually doing pretty good.
I have to guess the distances.
You're doing pretty good. Okay. You then see you see before you the path continues on. However, your little interim buddy turns off to the right. And upon turning to the right, you notice another path that seems to be following parallel still towards the tower. So you just jot over to the right and continue farther down. Yeah, like that.
Okay.
As you continue, you continue on finding yourself meeting a stone wall.
That's new.
The wall's still covered in thorns and all sorts of other things. You follow the path that seems to lead you around to the left with this wall on your right side.
How tall is this wall?
The wall itself actually doesn't look terribly tall. It only being around 10 foot or so.
And then the plants continue up above it.
The plants continue up above it, yes.
Does the wall look similar to the wall surrounding the tower?
It does.
Interesting.
We would be walking by the tower possibly.
Interesting.
Um,
Losing confidence in this point.
as you continue your way around, turning back around away from the tower, you're following this inchworm. Sorry, I have to keep track myself,
Nope,
otherwise.
it's fine.
You follow this plant as it's taking you away from the tower. It seems to be moving at a comfortable pace, at least. The sky again begins to grow dark, darker than you'd think for the hour that it is. The amount of time that has passed since y'all have woken up has been several hours at this point. It is somewhere around lunchtime, one would assume. Yet, whenever it's supposed to be a sun in the middle of the day, which as you look up, you can still see. You can still see the sun up in the sky, about halfway above you. Sorry, not halfway above you, but halfway between setting and rising. However, it almost doesn't strain the eyes to look at. Like the amount of darkness that you're seeing doesn't quite fully offset the sun, but enough so that you can just be like, this should hurt. It doesn't.
Who wants to play the stare at sun game?
Nobody wins that game.
But it doesn't hurt this time.
Like if there's an eclipse and you look at it, like, you can still recharge it. So
You continue to see things like mushrooms. Some of the wall patches also just seem to look a little bit thicker than others in terms of the amount of thorns that seem to be poking out, or how hard it is to see through to the other side. But you continue on, following this little interim that seems to be guiding you towards the center. You see a small small continuation straight ahead that you definitely see lead to its dead end. It's only about 80 feet or so before you see the hedge itself come down in the middle of it. The base of it, though, seems to almost hold, almost seems to have something caught in it. Does anyone want to approach, or are y'all going to continue following the
If we stop, does the swarm stop?
Antoine stops.
Want to check it out real quick?
Go take a quick look.
Okay.
Worst that happens is we get
Ethan.
eaten.
You know it. Okay. As you continue on, as you continue forward to the base of this hedge, you actually see something almost struggling for life. It still seems to have a little bit of a twitch to it. And you actually kind of recognize it as its wings try to beat. You hear a familiar short burst of that drone sound that you were hearing earlier. As this creature seems to be caught inside of the tree structure. Actually, the
Oof. Hiccups.
I was about to say if I knew how to describe animals, I would. Look at that.
Ah!
It has a sharp,
What?
pointed.
Why does it have a sword for a nose?
It's a sword bug.
For those at home.
Oh gosh, this is not working. Those at home.
This seems to be
Yeah.
caught inside of the vines, struggling for life as the vines seem to be choking it out. It doesn't necessarily look like it has just been gathered. You can tell. Actually, go ahead and make medicine checks for those who are like trying to take a look at this.
16.
11. It seems like this was just based on the gouges that you see from the vines constricting around this creature and the bleeding, which in some places has even like stopped. It seems like a lot of these wounds have been inflicted potentially even the night before, and it just did not fully escape in time, and it is still here in the morning.
I'm not sure I like this place.
Not particularly fond of these plants either.
Were we supposed to like it? I wasn't exactly expecting us to set up a summer home.
I mean, we're following this thing.
Are we stopping to help? Are we putting it out of its misery? We just
Let's
leave
leave
it.
it. I don't want to make our guide angry.
Probably worth it to let nature take its course and get out of here. We have more important goals. Say we continue.
Okay.
Part of me kind of feels like this could be one of the stories where like we save this little guy and he goes back to his family and is like, oh my gosh, I was saved by these people, and then when we're like getting eaten later, they like show up and rescue us. But I don't actually like. That feels a bit far-fetched.
I will yell at the thing. Do you need help?
The bug.
Or we take our dinner.
Also, like, what size category is this?
Large. This thing is
Cool.
big.
Cool.
Yeah. Thing is quite sizable.
It
Yeah,
looks like something
definitely
that
not
we'd be
freeing
its
that.
dinner if it was free.
I mean,
Like
it's
maybe
hurt
it could
right
be
now.
on
It'll probably
our
kill
side.
us now.
Yeah.
Probably take it.
It does not seem to respond.
Okay. Well, if we can't communicate with it.
I speak in Sylvan. Wait, we're on Fae, right?
Yeah.
You are in Fae.
You need help?
No response.
Right. Does anyone else have
I
any
yell
other
at it in
languages?
Orcish just for funsies.
Good response.
You all hear in your mind the.
It's like these things are so pathetic. I guess I'll just talk to them.
almost angry screaming in a language that you cannot understand.
Ah!
A language none of us can understand.
Does anyone here speak Abyssal?
No,
Oh,
that's my other guy.
I thought. Oh, that was your other guy. Caleb, do you speak Abyssal?
Can they not hear us?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
No, you can't hear us, or no, you don't speak Abyssal.
I speak common and halfling.
Do you not? What language do you speak, Misery?
Infernal.
You speak Abyssal. in a
Well,
different
I very much did not like that. I say we go.
I agree. Let's leave it.
My guess would be that it's not something we want to be like. So let's depart promptly, and hopefully it doesn't free itself and be angry with us.
Okay.
I was gonna ask, can I be gathering some mushrooms?
You're gonna try and gather some mushrooms?
Try.
Uh-oh. Yep. I'm committing to it.
I'm about to find piranha plant.
Oh, gosh.
You said we've been
Making
seeing.
sure.
I'm assuming the ones we've been seeing along the way are similar to the ones I saw earlier.
Yep. Making sure. Okay. So you reach down and try to pluck one of these very large mushrooms. Go ahead and roll the strength check.
13.
13. As you pull the head of this mushroom comes loose, and below it you see this
The look I'm getting from everyone.
strange, almost you see this strange pale stalk that seems to be rooted underground. On top of it, you see white, wispy, just strands that seem to almost have not quite attached to the actual head of the mushroom, but as this happens, you hear this almost
Glad I did
laughter
this.
Oh,
as
what is
you
this,
see a
mushroom man race?
hand come out of the ground and place on top of it, and as he begins to get up and then reach for his hat.
What is happening?
Aldrich, what did you do?
So
I
there's
wanted
a
a
thing coming
mushroom.
out of the ground, grabbing at the mushroom that Aldrich is holding.
Which seems to be his hat.
Aldrich,
What?
give it back! It's a
How big was
mushroom!
this mushroom?
I said sizable,
But you said not quite human size, so
not quite
okay.
human size.
maybe like a gnome hat type thing.
Aldrich,
I will place,
Gnomish
I will
size.
place the hat of
I'm-
constant breeze on top of it.
It does not look amused.
So we can just see the hand. Yes.
You see the
finding out,
hand
right?
as this creature and the ones surrounding it
Oh,
begin
no.
to
Let's move.
begin to appear out of the
Maybe you
ground.
could give back
Night
his
of the Living
mushroom.
Yeah,
Dead
I'll
style.
give back that. Drop it on the ground in front of it. I don't know.
Right,
Put it
good
on
thing
its
we're
head.
following a freaking plant
I'll take my
along the
hat
path.
back, put it on, we'll continue.
I think it's too late.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll for initiative, guys.
Darn it.
People,
It was a mushroom, guys.
Guys,
it
I'm
was
gonna
a
start whacking
mushroom,
them.
guys.
It's-
You are correct, Paul. It is a mushroom guy.
We literally just fought a plant, a dead plant. If we talk to an evil plant that's eating an evil bug,
Okay.
I'm all for freeing the bugs to help us against the mushrooms.
To pick a mushroom, and we all die.
I just need
One less.
Don't worry. It'll look quick. I like your jet too. Painful. Okay. Oh, come on. It's not working.
You want some spray?
Do you have spray?
Or you might have Clorox wipes in the thing.
I should have erased
I'm
this.
gonna make sure these still taste good.
Okay. So here, if you wouldn't mind.
I would not. Would you? Right?
Proof that.
Give me a quick. Who all needs their characters?
I do not plan on combat, so just don't grab mine.
You just choose to die.
Ooh, that Clorox smells good. All right, we can make fun of Chris. That's fine. Last time I compliment your household cleaning products.
No, we won't need more.
I figured it's probably, unless you're ready to set up now, I
How
figured it'd
wide
probably
is
be a
this
good idea
hedge?
to clean up the rest of it.
How wide is the hedge?
The hedge itself is about 40 or so feet wide.
Why? Oh, wow, that's
It
way
is.
wider than I
It
Like
is-
the gap between,
Yes.
like the pathway that we're walking.
It is.
So we could all walk side by side. along.
Yeah.
Thanks.
It is quite the sizable hedge.
It is a hedgeable size. Seems to be a slightly more effective method. Ever so slightly.
What is?
The
Clorox
actual
wipe.
cleaning
Oh,
supply.
I was about to say we can do whatever. Okay, so
Dungeon.
so yeah, we are exactly. So over here is where we have our buggy bug. And then okay, so it is basically going to encompass all of this. And then over, we'll say that way is where the path would have continued on. This way is back the way you came. Okay, and then we have 3 of these little mushroom men that were clumped together over here. And then we have, where are you at? Did I not grab you?
Who?
I'm not a.
Where are you at?
Probably am
Aldrich
I'm on
might
the
be
bottom.
you.
I mine now.
Oh.
The colorful guy.
Yeah.
There we go. Or is that me? I don't know. That's not me.
That's
That-
Brian.
that-
I think he's on the far left, next to Milo.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Yes. Okay. So you are
Right
over
there.
here pulling up one of these guys.
What is it with all of our clerics and losing the arms?
Huh?
I'm about to actually. This one.
Okay. Just for funsies.
Oh no.
What's with the Younger Hulk and the bug?
We're still missing people. We
We don't have Ash and we don't have Remus.
Is that not Ash?
That's Ash. We don't have Remus.
Bow wielding.
I do think that I have.
That's Rinian.
My mini.
No, you have
Oh,
one?
you have it?
Yeah, I think I have it in my bag. Sorry.
Oh. I mean, you can grab Varys.
That's
No.
you.
That's a ranger. Don't you know all rangers look alike?
Who is this?
That was
That
Rinian.
is a Radiant.
Okay.
Oh, that was old Rinian.
That was from
Well, guys,
He's painted.
yeah.
No, it's not.
Are you sure? Because it looks like he's covered in paint.
He came black.
That's racist.
I mean, he's a drow, so
Look, it's done.
he just wears black clothes and
Has a black bow
weapons
and
Okay.
I had
what,
that character in Skyrim.
what are we looking at for initiative? 20 to 25. Sweet.
Lay down, die to plants today.
Not these points.
15 to 20.
19.
17.
Hang on a second. Visu is 20.
Okay.
Alright, I was trying to look up his.
Okay. What about 10 to 15?
I'm in there somewhere.
Ash has a 12.
I think I'm gonna make you angry.
Ash has-
15. Okay. I was gonna say 16.
you're 15?
15.
Okay. Check. What about 5 to 10?
9.
8.
9 and 8. Sweet.
7. I was 17.
Okay. I was like, Bob?
I was one of the first ones.
Sorry, you said 9?
17.
17.
No,
9. 8.
9, 8.
Nine.
Sorry.
Not me.
No.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
8.
And then, okay, so Visu is starting us off, and then Ashlog after Visu.
So there's just 3 little mushroom men.
There's 3 little mushroom men, and someone struggling really hard to get out.
Is that the guy I took the hat from?
I think it's the bug.
Oh.
Right, he's still trying to free himself. That is not ideal. Visu is going to fly over here.
Okay.
Hover at about 20 feet off the ground, out of reach of the mushroom men.
Okay.
And keep an eye out for other enemies from this direction.
Okay.
Question.
Yeah.
Did the bug seem to start struggling more when we showed up?
Yes.
Okay.
Glad we
This was good timing.
took the time
Mm-hmm.
to investigate the dead end and
Okay.
look for creatures to kill us.
I'm gonna Rajay.
Okay.
Then I'm going to attack these little buggers recklessly. And for funds, I'm gonna keep. I'm gonna keep my maul out. And we're gonna play a little game of Whack-A-Gnome.
Are they gnomes?
No, I said they were gnome-like. Oh my gosh. 11.
11. 11 does not hit.
Ooh. What's your
21.
21 does hit. Somewhere between the two.
That's 12 points of bludgeoning damage.
I 20.
12.
12. Sorry.
Are
Okay.
you counting your rage damage?
Okay. Next up, we have Aldrich.
I'm following suit. I'm gonna raise my warhammer in the air.
I'm guessing which one?
Yeah, sorry. No.
I'm gonna go. You look like a fun guy. Smash my hand down. 19 to hit.
19 hits.
How much damage do I take from that?
8 damage.
8 damage. Okay.
Yeah.
Creature still looks like it's kicking, and it is wanting its hat back.
You
Oh,
gave
I
his
gave
hat
it back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Last I heard, we
Not politely, but there was no apology. There was no, I'm sorry for disturbing you.
That's
Okay,
all I
that's
can
all.
do. Yeah.
Okay, next up we have Misery.
I'm within range, right? So I can't run
No.
away.
Right, so I will step to here. And I'll take the staff in my hand. Is that the only handheld weapon I have? It's gonna be
Bonk it on the head.
bad
Boink.
if it is. I think I've got a dagger.
Jagger, Jagger,
I have a
Jagger.
dagger. I'll use the dagger instead. I'm going to cast Green Flame Blade on the dagger.
Would help if you actually had a blade, but yes.
The dagger's got a blade. Technically, the spell does not require a blade,
I know.
which is strange.
Like, hey, look at this fancy shining stick that I have.
Green Flame Stick! I will cast Green Flame Blade and attack this one here.
That one there. Okay. Roll for an attack.
I would like to attack recklessly. Oh, 14.
14 hits.
Neat. So the dagger is very little damage. Neat. So it takes 3, 4, 5 points of piercing damage with the dagger.
Okay.
And as part of the spell, this instead.
Also, I brought all of the cards if you want to change anything out.
I would appreciate that. So I think it only.
Ash, you're next up, so be ready.
Sorry, this is the first time I've cast the spell.
No, that's fine.
Green fire leaps from the target to a different creature of your choice that you can see within 5 feet. We'll have it leap to this one that they are attacking.
Okay.
I think it only.
So the 5 damage was including whatever magic damage.
No. So it's 5 piercing damage to just him.
Okay.
And now this guy takes my spellcasting modifier's worth of fire damage,
Okay.
which is 3. And then they both take. Oh, I'm sorry. No, that's correct. And then they both take. It's a D8. I'm assuming I just roll 1 for both of them, but it doesn't expressly say. So they both take 7 points of fire damage. And this one had taken for a total of 10 points for him. And I just realized I put myself in a terrible place to be. hit. I've made a mistake.
Okay, Ash, you're up.
Okay.
Can you
Which
see
one looks more battered?
the one that everyone is clumped around? So yeah, the one Chris is pointing at.
Okay, cool. I want to shoot that one with a crossbow.
Shoot it with the crossbow. Okay.
Yep.
Go ahead. Roll for an attack.
Okay, I got a 16.
16 hits.
Woohoo! And no damage. Do I get sneak attack?
You do have people within range, so yes.
Awesome. So that is 4. So that's 11.
11. Okay. That is. He is looking mighty beat up at this point. Between they don't have much health. They
I'd like to argue that
He's
fact.
taken a lot of hits.
comparatively they do not.
We've hit him with enough to knock out misery.
That's not saying much.
Hit him with at this point 41.
That is almost it's very close. I'm resistant to fire damage, so maybe a little less damage. But
Okay. Anything else, Ash?
not significant.
I'm trying to remember what else I can do. I can do a bonus attack, can I? Bonus action. I'm going
It's 'cause
to
you
take out my
multi-classed to
spiritual
rogue.
weapon.
I was thinking like a level 7 rogue should do way more sneak attack damage than that.
Sorry. Say again. Spiritual
I'm
weapon.
gonna do my spiritual weapon.
Okay.
I'm going to put it right over the guy that we keep beating up. And take one of the giant side, and I'm gonna swing it, and that is an 11. Ouch.
An 11 to hit does not hit.
Okay. Still looks really cool though.
It did.
That's what matters, really. I mean,
Okay.
Oh yeah. My style points are off the chart.
Is that all? Ash, is that all? Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's all I can do.
In that sense, I'm guessing.
Oh wait, I have Gary, don't I?
We do still have Gary. For some.
That's true.
Is anyone looking like more beat up than usual?
No one's been hit.
no one's been hit yet.
Okay, that's what I thought. I was just gonna make sure. I'm just gonna have Gary stand next to me.
Okay.
Kind of chill.
I'm guessing your dexterity modifier is halfway decent.
3.
Yeah. Okay. You go first.
I'm going to hold a dart for if one of them starts running away.
Okay.
Because right now I don't really have a good shot right now.
That's fair. Okay. With that, it is now their turn. And what you see before you are, once they get up out of the ground, are 3 what can only be described as evil-looking gnomes. They have red crooked hats. You don't know. They hold
Could be anything.
they hold within their hand a rusted, beaten up looking sickle.
I'm gonna die.
Oh boy.
Yeah, and then other things that you would notice is they have these heavy iron boots that they wear. So the footfalls that you hear as they get up out of the ground are heavy, and seems like these guys aren't too incredibly nimble. Either way,
Use all my spells that require a dex save. Oh wait, I have literally 0 attack spells.
Eldritch Blaze.
Go ahead.
Literally
And
nothing.
we're going to have the one that everyone's been attacking. He's going to attack first. He's going to make 3 attacks with the sickle.
I'm dead,
3
guys.
3 attacks.
Okay, so sorry, I should have said who this was.
For the record, I
We're gonna
was
start
not
with you.
picturing people. I thought like a poison spray would pop out of it.
I mean, they look like flowers whenever they're under the ground. Not flowers. They look like
Mushrooms.
Mushrooms when they're underground.
Can I see the picture? Interesting. He looks very unhappy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they are very unhappy.
Uh-huh.
Everything in here is very
Oh,
unhappy.
hey, he's fun.
He looks happy.
Snake.
No, actually, he looks just sad.
No.
So yeah, first hit is a. Oh, he actually has advantage against you. No? Yeah. Okay. That would be 17 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay. Let's go ahead and just do all 3 attacks real quick.
Ones, as they say.
Gosh. And that one's gonna hit. But let's make sure. Yeah. Okay. So that's gonna be 2 hits, and that is going to be not very much. Give me dice. Got it. Damage halved.
So 8.
8 damage. Yeah.
Okay.
And then we're gonna have this one is going to attack you, Misery.
Are you sure? It does not have advantage on me.
Does not, but it doesn't need it. That's a natural 20. It's going to be dirty 20.
That will most definitely hit.
Is it a second natural 20?
No, it's an 18 though. 18 plus, yeah. So also going to hit. So 3 hits. First one is going to be.
This is the one directly in front of just me. Is that correct?
Yep. 14 damage for the first attack.
Oh
Now
no.
we're gonna roll.
That's not good, guys. I'm super squish. He's not
15 for the other 2.
How injured
Combined.
do he look?
Yeah. Huh?
How hurt does he look?
That one hasn't been hit at all.
No, that one has.
Oh.
but he's only taken a little bit,
Only
right?
a little bit.
Okay, because
He
I
has taken 12 damage.
so not enough that my hellish rebuke that I'm about to cast on him would have killed him before the
No.
2 following hits. Okay, just making sure. I would like to cast hellish rebuke
Okay.
as a reaction, and
it is a dex save.
it is a dex save
Hey.
of like 4.
Natural 20?
No, that's 18.
I don't know where my
Your racial mod.
dex 14 is my save.
He unfortunately this time passes because apparently all of the high rolls that I missed last game are catching up. Okay, and then lastly,
Yeah, probably
It's,
would
he still takes damage.
oh sorry, yeah, go ahead and roll for damage. I'm gonna go ahead and move this guy out and around. And he is going to attack you.
I'm missing that dice still. That's right.
It is my AC. It's
It
pretty
is a
hard.
20,
That's how
I'll use
an
a
11,
percentile dice instead.
and then that is a 22. So it's 2 hits.
Ah, bugger. That's a 1 because it says 10, but it's on the percentile dice. For a grand total of 4 points of damage, halved to 2.
Oh gosh.
16 damage to you.
Okay.
You said 2 damage.
Yes.
These guys are hurt.
I'm almost dead.
Yep.
The actual thing that I made up.
Did one of the oh no, he just left. Cool. Why?
What?
No, he's
He's
attacking
behind
me.
Aldrich.
Yeah, right. I mean, he
Oh.
just moved.
Okay.
At
That
this
is
point,
their
the
turn.
bug breaks free.
Remus,
We're dead.
it is your turn.
Are any of them within melee range of me, or do I have a little bit of room to move?
You have room to move. Yeah.
Did that one moving? Hang on, sorry, 1 second, Remus. Did that one? Nope, the other one, the one next to Aldrich. Did that one moving get in range of his held dart?
If he would like to throw the dart, he
I mean, if I
can.
can see him, then
Yeah.
I throw.
Go ahead and throw the dart.
This will go well.
That's not.
10.
Oof.
Okay.
We're trying
Doesn't-
here, guys.
Yeah, you have. Are you looking at the YouTube video at all?
Caleb.
No, sorry, I did not know that it was a thing.
Oh no, that's fine.
Is it thing?
You have 10 feet between you and the nearest enemy. If you'd like to make it more, you can.
I would like to make it more, pretty please, seeing
Okay.
how Misery just got absolutely almost knocked off his feet. I would like to back up a little bit, take a few deep breaths, and then I'm going to try sharpshooter on my first shot.
Okay.
Against the one that is attacking Aldrich.
I don't think you can reach that.
Ooh.
So
Aldrich is-
Ashlog, Misery, and Aldrich are all in between you and that one, unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
Like, literally the only one that you do not have line of sight on without killing me,
Aiming between
which
our
you
lines.
most certainly could do with a single attack right now.
Okay, well, I will shoot at the one that I can see. Is that the one that's bashing? Is
Misery.
The one
It's
bashing
the
on
one
Misery still
bashing
there?
misery. Yep.
Yep.
Okay, well, seeing Misery almost get knocked off his feet by these little mushroom men, I will attempt to take a sharpshooter with my first shot.
Okay.
Oh, that's good. Okay, so it's a 19 plus
That's-
4, so 23 to hit.
That is going to hit.
Has he been injured or damaged at all?
He
Yup.
has. Every one of them except for the one next to Aldrich has been injured.
Okay, so that's a 7 and a 1 on the dice. My Colossus Slayer plus 4, so 22 damage on the first shot. And then I would like to take a second shot at it,
Okay.
not sharpshooter.
Okay.
22 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. That's cocked. Grand total of 5 damage.
5 damage. Okay.
Did you say 5 or 1-5?
1 plus his.
Oh,
He rolled 1
gotcha.
on the dice, yeah.
A total of 5, sorry.
Does Colossus Slayer only work for a single attack per round?
Yep.
So
Yeah.
he is also looking pretty rough now.
Oh, why can't they just be dead?
Okay, that is my turn.
Okay. With that, you see the creature that is stuck inside of the vine struggle, but unsuccessfully does not make it out of the vines. He still seems to be stuck there.
Is our little vine guy departed? Or is he just
Oh,
like chilling,
he's-
waiting for us?
He's chilling there waiting. Okay. Visu's turn, then Ashla.
Visu's gonna continue chilling here, keeping an eye on the vine guard, keeping an eye on that thing.
Okay.
I'm going to recklessly attack the one in front of misery.
Okay.
Thanks. That's going to be a 19 to hit.
19 hits.
It's 8 points of damage.
And with that, you see the little mushroom man squish face down onto the ground.
I softened them up for you.
Yeah, you did. Okay. Turn another one in front of me.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Ooh.
Okay.
That's 12, 17 points of damage.
Again, he is cleaved in half as you separate the hat portion from everything else.
I will say new plan, we leave. That's the end of my turn.
Okay. Aldrich, your turn.
Okay.
That's good because I wasn't sure how I was gonna get out of.
I'm gonna run and take the opportunity attack
Okay.
here.
It's 20.
Yeah. Oh. Okay.
You could have disengaged.
He's rolled 3 20s against.
Not
Not
natural.
Matt.
Yeah. I guess their attack bonus is a lot.
No. That is going to be 11 points of damage.
I'd rather him waste his good rolls on those guys attacking us than on that guy
Alright.
trying to break free.
Yeah.
And then for my action, I'm gonna stop there. I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on Misery.
Thanks.
At
I took 29 points of
I
damage
know,
total,
but
just
I'm
so that
kinda-
you're aware.
I
I don't need all of that back.
don't know what
I'm
high
at
level.
19 hit points right now.
I'll do second level for now.
Gosh.
So that is.
Sometimes I forget to play a ranged character.
He's like, I have my one melee attack.
My one neat little, yeah.
You go up 15.
Thank you. It's like, I never get to use this because I'm never in melee. Oh, that's why I'm never in melee.
That's my turn.
Okay.
I thought it'd be neat because it does like the
Misery,
fire jumps
it is
from one
your
to the
turn.
next. Right.
Both of these dudes are down. Only guy left is that one and the big guy who's.
Which I'm assuming that's the direction we were going.
Yeah.
So this is the direction
Oh, okay.
that the little
Yeah.
slug is going. I'm just gonna change what he is.
Cool.
I don't remember what my movement speed is. I don't know what a
30.
tiefling moves at.
Oh, wait. I can do that in the middle of my movement, right? Yeah. I'm thinking Gloomhaven movement. Okay, so I'm going to finish my movement. 5, 10, 15.
Party.
20.
Party fight.
Party.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, whatever. I'll go out this way instead. And then I will take 2 Eldritch Blast
Eldritch
shots
Blaze.
Okay.
because ranged character. What I should have been doing all along.
Warlocks. What are they good for?
Wow, natural 1. That's okay because the damage dice paired with it is 4. The other one is a 1. It's a miserable to hit. Fitting. 15. So 1 plus 3 points of damage. That's a total of 4. Aren't you guys glad you got the big, powerful spellcaster on your side? One goes, and one goes like, and like it doesn't hit him, but it hits a rock that hits his foot, and that's where the damage came from.
I was about to say. So
Freaking D10s.
what is
Worst
happening
dice
is
in this
you are absolutely like taken aback by how much damage these little creatures seem to be able to do, and so in your haste of trying to distance yourself from them, yeah, you have one errant shot and the other one barely clips them. Okay. Next up we have Ash. She has to unmute herself. It's a whole thing.
She's unmuted.
Okay.
She's
I'm
ignoring you.
push to talk. Give me a sec.
We are level 7 right now, is that correct?
Mhm. All of them.
Can we skip right to level 9 for our next level up?
Yep.
Yes, but at what cost?
All right. I need to turn my
$20
push to
bucks?
talk.
This is like- How much does it take to buy the DM? Can you say that again? We're gonna move you a little bit closer to John.
Push to talk is the worst. All right.
Indeed.
I will first tell Gary to go stand next to Misery
Okay.
and protect Misery.
He kind of begrudgingly groans and starts making his way over.
You go, Gary.
Gary the Green Triangle.
How much did you give Misery, Paul?
He gave me 15. So I'm better. I've got 35 hit points now.
I'm looking pretty
34.
hurt. I lost about half my HP.
What?
He rolled 3 20s against me.
Well,
I told you, it's catching up from last time.
I am at half my HP.
Yeah, I would say heal Aldrich over me because I'm okay. I'm just gonna stay away from enemies from now on.
oh, I didn't see Aldrich take damage. How much did he take? Like, was it really bad?
Yeah.
He's not feeling too good.
27 damage.
Okay. Oh gosh.
What's your total?
57.
I'm going to. I can't watch the YouTube video right now because then it will
That's fine.
do the sound loop.
You're near me.
How close am I to Aldrich? I'm near you.
You don't have to move.
You're within melee of him.
Yeah, he's right next to you.
Sort of.
Awesome.
No,
I'm
you're
gonna bop him on the back of the head and do second
deserve
level
that.
cure wounds,
Okay.
and that is 16.
Hey.
Thank you.
That makes me the better healer. I would just like to point out.
By 1 point.
Oh yeah.
Don't forget your spiritual weapon is out and it is within range of
Yes.
the creature.
Just what I was about to do. Happy. No. Ugh. It's an 8.
Just misses. Not just misses, but I'm trying to make you feel better. Okay?
Just misses by a lot.
They really don't have a high AC.
But it's higher than that.
This is saddening to me. Okay. I don't think there's anything else I can do.
Okay. Fractal. What do you want to do, man?
Bug thing's looking pretty ornery.
He's looking ornery. He's trying to get out.
Go.
I will move over to here. Hit him with Twin and Twain.
Hit him?
Choose him.
Okay. Thank you.
Twin and Twain wouldn't be able to reach all the way over there anyways.
That's cocked. It's in the corner. Cool. 17.
17 is going to hit.
Cool. 4 damage.
Today.
One of these days, it's just going to be like, so how'd they die? I was rolling well, they weren't. It's just what we
Then
can
I'm
have
gonna
one
bonus
or the other.
action Bamf over here.
We're in. Is it considered low light right now?
It would be
Dim
low light, yeah. And I will say, just for the sake of the narrative, it's only going to get lower as y'all continue on.
Yeah.
And at a certain point, I will let y'all know the light will be probably difficult for those without dark vision to see. Okay. It is now, as I had so affectionately named him, Toad's turn.
Problem is, it doesn't synergize with darkness because they're both.
Yeah, I can cast darkness.
Okay.
Oh.
That's going to get
see
3
it.
attacks
I
against
have that
you
was-
with advantage because you did.
I haven't mentioned that yet this campaign.
22 to hit. That is 20 to hit.
My AC
And
is
that is
18.
23.
I thought I would be safe standing next to
My AC is 13.
them. They hit me 3 of their 4 stats.
I just. I'm the squishiest of
John,
squishies.
I feel like you are more than making up for the bad rolls of last fight.
We're evening it out.
29 points of damage.
It's a good thing.
Yeah,
Oh, it's Ashlag. Oh, good. I forgot dwarves, and I was like, Paul is gonna die.
okay.
He's got
That is his turn. Remus, it is your turn. You have an Ashlag between you and the last red cap.
You'd have to kind of sidestep a bit to get line of sight.
He has taken damage, not very much.
Is there any way that I can try and, as Misery said, sort of sidestep? And
Yeah,
try and-
you can move off to the side a bit and
Really? We went that way?
Yeah, because that's the way we're
But
going.
he's
he
wanting
wants
to
to shoot
sidestep
it.
to shoot it.
How is that any worse of an angle than over here? It's directly behind you.
I mean, from right here, you can just line of sight.
Yeah.
From over here, like you'd have to come
You
all
have
the
to
way
go
up
through
to
ash.
here
Yeah.
to even get.
As long as he doesn't have full cover, I can
yeah, you're fine.
with sharpshooter. Okay, I'm going to take a deep breath, and so that I don't accidentally shoot Ashlag, I would like to pick sharpshooter for the -5,
Okay.
and I'm gonna roll.
And him.
Well, I ain't going anywhere. 9.
9 does not hit.
I will
We
try
can also
again.
roll well, guys. Like it doesn't have to just be him.
At least we're getting rid of our bad rolls in this battle.
That's
Yeah, that's how it works.
That's what's happening.
That is what's happening.
Let's see here. 17 to hit.
17 does hit.
Nice.
Oh. Okay, I'm using my Colossus Slayer. Ooh, there we go. Okay, so 11, 15, total of 25.
Good hit. That you have taken half of his health, but he still stands. Okay. Top of the turn order. Lucky dogs. The creature still struggles, but is unable to break free of the vines. With each time it struggles, you see more and more of the vines kind of constricting down on him. Just seems to not be able to get out. Visu and then Ashlag.
Visu is just going to come over and land on Misery's shoulder.
Okay. Ashlag.
I'm going to disengage
Okay.
and leave.
Okay.
I will do my full 35 movement.
I'm guessing we're going to want to go that way. So. Okay.
From the perspective of the red caps, we tried to steal their hat,
Yep.
murdered 2 of them, and then left.
Yep.
If this is the first you're starting to have squabbles or scruples,
Aldrich.
Scrumptious.
Is everyone just going to leave?
Yeah, I'm gonna cast Sacred Flame.
Okay.
Well, should I do that? Or yeah, she doesn't need healing. Sacred Flame on that guy, so you make a dex save.
Okay.
Beat 15.
I beat 15.
Okay. Wait, it's not half, right? I think it's a half.
If Sacred Flame is a cantrip,
Mm-hmm.
then I
Probably
don't
miss. 5, 10, 15, 20.
Okay. Misery.
Yeah, I will repeat my pathetic attempt at being useful and do 2 more Eldritch Blasts.
Okay.
Wow. Just as bad. No, I take that back. Worse. A 2 and a... Well, now it's a 16.
Wow.
Both misses.
Just double checking that a 12 doesn't hit, right?
14 BAC, yes.
Let me double check. I don't think it's 14. I think it's 13.
Oh, okay.
Maybe that's a 9. It's not a 9. Well, I rolled a 12. So, yeah, both of them miss, which is neat because both of my damage dice were above 3 this time.
Okay.
So, you know.
And then I'm guessing misery is
Yeah, I'm
skedaddling.
leaving.
Okay. Ash, it is your turn. What do you want to do?
As a heads up, you are currently the closest to the red cap, and everyone else is running.
That is the least favorite place to be. I'm gonna kind of like hop up into the air and back the heck up.
Right.
But I'm gonna use my spiritual weapon first,
Okay.
which is a 20. Woo, not
Nice.
a nat 20, but
Okay.
a 20. And I'm assuming that hits.
That does hit.
Yay! And I rolled a 9 for damage for that.
Nice, nice.
Okay. Actually, before I back up immensely,
It's looking
going-
pretty close, I will say.
so close. Okay. I'm going to fly at it, and I'm gonna like bop the top of it with my talons and cast inflict wounds at first level,
Okay.
which is a 10 DC.
I thought inflict wounds was a melee weapon attack.
Mm-hmm.
It is. I hit a 10. I have a 10.
Oh, sorry, not a 10 DC then.
10 to hit.
10 to hit.
Sorry. 10 misses.
No, bummer. I still have to use a spell slot, don't I?
Yep.
Yep.
That is the worst. I renounce being a spellcaster.
That's why inflict wounds is so risky.
It's a bummer. Okay. I'll tell if Gary should still be following Misery.
So
Okay.
you flew towards him and touched him.
Yep.
Are you flying away from him?
Yes.
Okay.
That will be an attack of opportunity, just, you know.
Actually, I'd like to fly past him.
It'll still be an attack.
Still
of
be an
opportunity.
attack of opportunity.
I know. Now I'm just curious. What's behind them? It's a continuation of the path, right?
It's a
No.
dead end with a giant monster trapped in vines.
It's trying to escape.
Oh, so there's nothing else back there.
No,
No.
nothing but death. Lots of death.
4 feet.
Mostly death.
Okay, never mind. Never mind. I will turn back to friends. I forgot about that.
That's only a 10 to hit, so he misses.
Yay!
Yay!
Okay.
Good.
What's your movement speed? Ash, what's your movement speed?
Flying speed.
Or your flying speed, yeah.
Let me find that out
I
real
think
quick.
it's 60.
Features and traits. Da, 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 da. I have flying speed of 50 feet.
Okay. So you were actually past. Okay. It is your turn. I'm guessing nothing really
Yep.
to do.
We'll throw a dart at it at disadvantage, because why the crap not? That is still 17 to hit.
That hits.
You suck.
He's on our side.
Don't worry, it's 4 damage.
Apparently I'm not.
I have rolled 2 ones on my damage dice.
You said 4 damage?
Mm-hmm.
Look, there's a roll. I swear these dice are cursed.
Get new dice, please.
The
Since
more
I
you
lent
use
them to
dice, the
Grace.
worse they roll. That's why I have to keep buying new ones.
Is that true?
And that finishes him
It
off.
sounds like something that would be true. Like the corners wear down over time.
You see the last of the red caps Is there any particular way you want to do this?
Yeah, I'll just have it pin him to the ground.
You see the last of the red caps get a dart thrown at him, and as the dart sails through the air, it just pins him to the ground as it pierces through his body, and he just slumps down, looking like a very sad toadstool.
Depressing garden or decorations. All right, so we can leave now, right?
Yep. I'm guessing Remus wants to leave as well.
You coming with us, Remus?
Absolutely.
Okay. You all make your way out and around the corner. As you round the corner, you hear more and more struggling until you finally hear the cracking of the old dried out vines, which you assume means that whatever was there was free now. I'm sure that won't come back to bite y'all at all.
Quite literally.
Okay, with that, I will say that we are currently out of combat as y'all continue to make your way out and through this maze.
So I would have had Visu fly back, like not past 100 feet, but just jog back enough to see if it was gone and if it was coming directly after us.
As you look through Visu, you do see that it is in fact gone. Does not seem to. It seems to be in a search pattern to try and figure out where exactly you guys have run off to.
Yeah. Come join us.
Interesting. Do we know roughly, like I know that the lighting situation is not indicative of time of day. Do we have any guess as to time of day right now?
It is probably mid-afternoon-ish now at this point.
All right.
Hi, Lulu.
I keep following Sneaky.
Yep.
So
how are we all doing health-wise?
Oh yeah, you need healing, Ashley.
So, I mean, I don't want to fight anything else like this, but I'm technically like better than misery normally.
I'm only 14 hit points down.
Second level healing.
Oh.
Well, at least I rolled better for misery. Can't do math. 11.
Yeah, you're welcome to them.
So also,
And then we don't know if we found them in the back of the fridge. They're unopened, but none of us claimed them. Like we're like, who's pickles?
Are they just normal dill pickles?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Previous housemate?
No, we've cleaned out the fridge since then.
I'm guessing party pickles.
okay.
Hello.
Y'all continue on as y'all are healing and whatnot. Y'all are continuing on the path as it jotted over to the left from where y'all thought. I need a fork.
We have those.
For the most part, y'all seem to be headed north, farther into the labyrinth. And then you suddenly turn to the east.
one is right. Pickle.
No,
What?
the smell is awful.
The goat?
Are they just normal dill pickles?
Yeah,
Yes, they are.
we just hate the smell of pickles.
Ow.
No, it's okay.
You want me to leave the door open then?
Oh, no.
I'm getting flashbacks to Rocket Refreshments.
For what?
Rocket Refreshments.
I am honestly surprised at the challenge rating of those little red caps with how much damage they can put out.
Yeah.
Yes. So
Three attacks is rough.
Mm-hmm.
they don't have the best damage modifier. I'm sorry, the attack modifier. I just was rolling really well for them.
One attack from one of them did more damage than all of my attacks tonight combined.
Yes, you'll continue farther and further into this labyrinth as you begin to turn to the right, going at this point to the as we orient ourselves. As you do so, you see one more. You see as the little vine piece slithers up towards the north. Just watch. It's gonna be hilarious. I don't actually have the correct path. I just know I followed it. I have not highlighted the correct path.
Good.
I'm gonna be wrong at one of these times. Yes, but seemingly leading you away from the path had you have gone straight.
Can I keep a perception out for buzzing?
For buzzing?
When was he doing?
Okay, go ahead and roll. Those of y'all who would like to roll perception checks to listen for this buzzing sound.
Cool.
You're dark.
19,
23.
23, 14. So those of y'all above 15 would hear the buzzing sound. It's seemingly getting farther away. Above 20 would hear as you continue on and the light getting dimmer and dimmer, begin to hear instead of a buzzing, a rustle, as it seems like you are able to hear the sound of something walking through the path that seems to be around you. You're uncertain of how far.
No direction, like ahead or behind.
It's not ahead or behind. It actually seems to be north of you.
Because we're heading north now, right?
You are heading north, but it seems to be on the other side of the hedges. So y'all basically turn north, and as you turn north, there's a little S turn, and you hear it on the other side of the hedges.
Okay. There is a rustling up ahead on the path, guys.
How far ahead?
Close enough I can hear it.
Close enough you can hear it. Far enough away to where you can tell it may be on directly on the other side of the hedges, or it may be two aisles over, as it were.
So other side of the hedges, meaning like over here.
So yes, so you hear it off in this direction.
Okay.
And you can't tell exactly if it's like one hedge over or two hedges over.
Okay.
And it's rustling. It's not.
Yeah, it's like a creature on the path. I don't think it's along our path, but I don't know if our path will connect with its path.
Okay. Yes, so you follow the path out and around as y'all are continuing both north and east, just between different turns, right and left, and you come across one or two more branches off, but the vine seems to be holding true to the direction that it's going, until you finally make your way, starting back to the back towards the west. And again, there are mushrooms everywhere as you're walking along, typically in groups of 3 or 4.
Aldrich, you touch them, I kill you.
I get a touch.
I have no desire, no desire to touch any more mushrooms.
The sky is growing as you turn back to the west. The sky is growing more and more dark as evening approaches, and the vicinity towards this center mass seems to be getting closer. Would y'all choose to continue on as the light grows dark, or would y'all like to try to set up camp and continue on in the morning?
How safe are we under your dome, Missouri?
Perfectly safe.
Seems very dangerous to be out at night, especially if can't really see where we're going or know where we're trying to get to.
I agree. Since we're not under a time crunch, it might be better just to travel during the day.
I don't think that's what he said.
Oh.
I think he said we should get there before nightfall.
Oh, I don't agree.
I mean, if we can get there today, we all right with it. But if it's a matter of, well,
Let's assume that wherever we get to, we're going to be fighting a thing. Are we okay with that?
I mean, I'm okay with it.
I'm okay with it.
I've had worse things happen to me earlier today. From what
Does anyone need healing?
I'm still down like 15 hit points.
3 of us could still use healing. It might be. Do we have time to do a short? We probably don't want to do a short rest in the dark.
Short rest could be an option.
Glad I saved my spells.
Yeah, I mean, I'm throwing 5 points.
Oh, you don't
mean,
get them back on short.
I
No,
get
he
them back in a
does, but
short
we
rest.
just
Are there any
spend- yeah.
spells that would be helpful, like that you could cast now that would last past a short rest?
Nope.
Cool.
Nope. I have 0 useful spells. Quite.
So what is this lady
It's not
doing?
true. You've got fly, you've got haste.
I have very, very circumstantially useful spells because when I built this character, there were no other spellcasters in the party, so I tried to be as much of a jack of all trades as I could. Time that I took Spare the Dying, there were 0 clerics. Now we have 2.
That's right. Paul joined us after that.
No, I joined when.
Yeah.
So he joined, but I already made the character.
Those are on the side.
Right.
How do we feel about short rest?
I think we could do it. How close are we to it being the end of the day? Is it still mid-afternoonish?
It is approaching evening, so it is between the light that is currently being given off from the sky from the day coming to a close and it being winter time near the solstice. The day is already short as it is, and the sky seems to be growing darker anyways as you approach the center of this.
Right. So we should probably push it because the dome will only last for 8 hours. So we don't want to use it too soon and then be caught without it. It's still night.
My battery is at 11%. Can anyone else jump on the Discord?
We can.
Okay.
I'm at
Might take a
30.
second to get.
What about so yeah. I agree we should at least travel on a little more. But what about a short rest?
We could do short rest. It wouldn't significantly benefit me, but it would benefit me a little. Just a good heal. I don't remember
I'm okay without a short
when
rest.
I
but
used
could use
these
a short
dice, but it wasn't today.
What is the benefit of continuing on without short rest?
Getting there quicker.
Yeah.
What
before
is the
dark,
benefit of getting there
Because
quicker?
we know it gets dangerous at night.
So what is the benefit of getting there before night as opposed to staying here for night? Getting there, we know there is a thing that
Less
wants
traveling
eat
tomorrow,
us.
really.
which is how is that the benefit to us?
Don't know.
I mean, we're going to have some kind of fight once we get there. Yes. Yes.
I would imagine so.
So are we going to get there, fight a thing? Let's say we win. It's a good day, and then it's night time and we've got to fight a bunch of stuff.
Unless killing the thing kills the stuff in the maze, but I doubt that.
Maybe, maybe not. So
Either that,
risk.
or
we
it's
can
like one
have.
of those moments where like you're fighting in the fog, and then like the fog goes away, and like everything is just like right there in front of you, and like we kill the thing, and the maze falls down, and then like all the creatures are just like yo, and
That
we're like crap.
is an idea we could try. Just burning the hedges.
We didn't say that, buddy. I just don't. I just feel like surely someone's tried that before.
Probably.
I mean, what kind of flames do we have at our disposal?
Green ones.
How many times can you burn stuff?
Over and over again.
Cool. For how long?
It's a cantrip.
That's really good.
Sorry.
Okay, so who wants to just like go now, fight the thing how we got it, and like hope the day is better?
I'm okay with moving forward. I can heal a couple people just to cure wounds. I don't have anything crazy, but I do have a tiny bit.
Okay, so hang on. I kind of
I
see.
guess I don't have anything crazy either.
Are we still walking while we're discussing this?
Sure.
Sure.
Okay, so I kind of see it. We have like
We've gone
4
from dim light to darkness yet.
options.
You are on the cusp, so it will be happening within the next hour. If y'all choose to take a short rest, you can imagine that it will be
Okay. So I vote we not take a short rest. Once we hit actual darkness, we stop for the night. Set up camp. Hopefully,
Do you want to send your bird thing up and see how close we are?
yeah. I'll send Visu up.
okay.
So DM, I'm not sure what to make of this, other than the hawk does not have dark vision.
He still does have advantage.
He has advantage
for
on
sight base,
perception checks that rely on sight.
which would be offset by darkness. So it would be a straight roll had if it were complete darkness. I would say since we're on the cusp, we are not quite there yet. You may still roll at advantage.
So I'll send him up, take a look, see if he can see how close we are to the maze. I'm just going to send him just straight up about 80 feet.
Okay.
Finally, a good roll. 22.
22. As he looks forward, he does in fact see y'all are not obviously not within like spitting distance, but with y'all being closer to this gnarled mess in the center, he's beginning to be able to make out the details. He sees this twisted, knotted, large trunk of vines that seem to be spreading out in a canopy type setting over the central portion. From there, it's hard to see exactly through all of that, as it's not a dome. There are branches of it that come out from it that reach out to what you see as the hedges that surround, that look to be almost one large continuous line that come out from it as you're looking at it from above. the tree itself is dark and ominous. The tree itself, the stalk itself seems to almost pulse with darkness coming from it. You do see movement. You see what looks to be creatures not directly up ahead, but farther towards the central stalk. You see things that seem to be pacing throughout the
kind of like sentry.
Yeah, sentry. They're pacing throughout the actual walkways as you approach. They don't seem to be terribly large.
How close are we to?
You are within about 3 hours of the central stock. It would appear at your current pace.
Okay.
You do also, with that, just as you're going up and kind of looking around to get your bearings, see what appear to be more of those flying creatures that are pacing their way around.
Over by the stock, or
just everywhere. You see 3 or 4 of them that seem to just be
generally
around.
searching the maze. Okay. Right. Neat. Okay, I'll call Visu back down. So it looks like we are probably about 3 hours out from our destination. There appears to be some sort of... All of the hedges are coming from a single tree, single plant. Okay. There appears to be some sort of creatures patrolling the area around it. More specifically, there are at least 3, possibly 4 or so of those big bug things just generally searching the maze, probably for us. So I vote that we continue on for up to but not past an hour, set up camp for the night, and hope that the bugs give up their search, because we are going to have other things we need to be facing tomorrow. But it sounds like we're not going to get there tonight, and I don't think we should attempt to.
Fractal, can I pave the wand again? Hey, Mr. Plantybody.
What do you want?
I just wanted to give you an update, like an ETA, that we're not going to make it in for dinner tonight. Had a little bit of trouble on the road, so we're going to, like, get a quick hotel, and then we'll be there, like, tomorrow, like brunch time maybe. We could have like some mimosas or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll make it through the night.
Right. So I was just like, seeing as how we were like here to be your guests and like hang out with you, I just figured like maybe like in the show of like hospitality, if you could just like keep some of the nightly terrors like elsewhere.
I really have no power over those guys. I'll do what I can to.
Because when like I saw like you were super powerful, you had like one of the bug things like wrapped all around, and it was like you were suffocating. That was like really cool. So I just
we didn't free it.
Yeah,
go ahead and make a persuasion check.
Yes. Convince them.
No, guys, no. That's an 8.
I'll see what I can do. I am quite powerful, you know.
Yeah, and so what's your name, by the way?
Henry. Henry.
Sonic.
Sonic? The Hedge. Sonic the Hedge.
Gotcha. Neat.
You can call me Chaos. Or that is what I am to you guys.
So just like, what What is with these people like misery and aloe vera cake? Like these just names. Okay.
All right, Ashlog.
It's a family name.
Right, it was your grandfather sneezing. when
Right.
you were together.
I like how you completely changed accent. Right.
I mean, like, don't get me wrong. I don't understand the importance of family name, right? Like, my dad was not Brick. My great grandfather was Brick.
Trying to remember what's the family name.
Okay. So y'all are continuing on.
These are the best knockoff chips I've ever had.
Not bad. Yeah, we're gonna continue on until like right before it gets dark, and then he's gonna spend a minute working casting it home, and we're just
Okay.
gonna like cry.
Sounds good.
Good night, Chaos.
Good night.
See you for
Don't let
mimosas.
me bite.
Again, I don't feel like this is like we all make choices in our life,
Mm-hmm.
and like you saying like don't let me like that. I just don't know if
It's
you
like,
understand.
it's like it's what's the human saying? Don't let the bugs bite. And it's like that, except for this time
But
for me.
like you have bugs, so like that phrase would still work.
Yeah, it's true. but
Don't
I
let the
care
big bugs
if
bite.
What?
I don't care if they bite you.
I mean,
But okay,
It's fine. It's
I
fine.
don't understand plant culture apparently.
I don't
Culture.
know. It was supposed to be fun.
Oh,
Yeah, charismatic one we both are.
yeah. What the pair we make, buddy boy? Okay, good night and see you later.
I'll be watching.
It's creepy.
he doesn't have eyes either.
Yeah.
That we know of.
Okay.
Okay. So y'all continue on for about another hour or so.
So that friendship seems to be blossoming.
Is that blushing, I see? So y'all continue on for about
That
an hour or
smile
so.
on your face, you what?
After which time you do see the light being even darker than you would expect for it being nighttime. There seems to be almost no moon, no stars, no things in the sky that give off any sort of light. As that begins to happen and you begin to cast the dome, the walls themselves almost feel like they start moving.
Should have started sooner.
By the time that you have the dome up, you can see the walls themselves just begin to crawl across the walkway. It seems to crawl up and around the dome, almost encapsulating it, just sitting on top, and you can just see the knotted vines almost asking for you to let the thing off.
Just making sure that we can all fit.
No, in this campaign, I think we're good.
Including Greg, barely.
Gary.
Right. Gary.
He's not considered a living creature.
Interesting point. I cast it back from our little vine friend. He's not inside the dome. In case anyone was wondering.
Okay. With that, y'all are inside the dome, and you just you see the vines themselves moving and twitching across the bubble of the dome. Can I get everyone real quick to make just perception checks? These are going to be auditory based.
Correct.
Perception, you said?
Oh, I guess for a total of 3.
Three.
Yeah, it's That's a 9.
Oh no.
6.
Caleb got 14.
6, 14,
10.
10, and
9.
9. Okay.
Did anyone hear
Ash?
traces?
Mm-mm.
I'm guessing she'll put it in the dice roller.
Okay. Those of you who rolled above a 10, you hear, aside from, I don't know, my visual for sound. The thing that it makes me think of, if you have ever seen Jurassic World, where it's the hybrid trying to bite into the ball, to where it's like the teeth funking up against the
Oh, the little hamster ball tour,
yeah, the little
tour
hamster
machine.
ball tour machine. You can almost hear like the thudding of the different vines as they lift up and thunk down and continue crawling along.
So I got Grace falls asleep.
Aside from that, those of y'all who rolled above a 10 heard almost a screech coming from somewhere deeper inside the maze. And it sounded very similar to the one that you heard, kept hearing the creature make as it was being constricted and tugged and pulled. So, do y'all want to set up watches? Or are y'all?
I mean, I'm not going to sleep.
Oh, I definitely watches.
I'll take first
I'll take
watch.
first.
Oh, I'll take second watch.
I'll take I'll take whatever watch. I just said first.
You go to first.
Okay. Those of y'all on first watch, go ahead and make your perception checks.
Disadvantage total of 20.
Total of 20. Okay. You're there with them.
Natural 20.
Hmm.
Did you say I had to roll with disadvantage?
It's not going to make a difference.
Disadvantage because I don't have dark vision.
Oh, okay.
I think all we're gonna see are vines.
Yeah.
Okay. Both of you both see and hear the sound of these vines. Almost you can hear them growing. Along with that, you both see through what appears, because it is not like, again, it's not a dome. It has little.
Wait, can I just thought of something? Go ahead.
You do see through small little pieces that are not covered in the dome. Movement. You see something humanoid. Hard to make out exactly what, just based on the small pieces that you're seeing through the vines.
Does it look anything like what Visu saw patrolling the area?
It does.
Oh no.
As you see it make its way across, past on the path, stopping to kind of look at this strange gnarled mess of vines that have crawled over the dome. You see him sort of reach out, and his hand seems to grow out and extend like it is also made of the same living vine creature. And it kind of reaches out, and you see just small little twigs make its way through those cracks in the vines covering the dome. And you see the vine itself kind of stop as it hits it. Its hand retracts. And you see him continue walking along. Okay. That is your first watch. Is there anything that y'all would like to talk about? Anything that you'd like to do while you're on watch?
I'm just going to be writing in my tome, normal ink, just writing about what we came across today, what we saw, describing what I saw through Visu and any details I can think of, and then I'll just kind of devolve into like, it was so wonderful getting to see you again. I hope that we're doing the right thing. I miss you, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. Okay. Caleb, anything for you?
Can't think of anything.
Okay. Oh, first watch ends. Second watch, you are up.
Thanks. 7.
7. And then continued on with you. You see that same creature seem to make his way back. Almost like he's tasked with this specific section that y'all are in. This time, not stopping. This time, he seems to just walk past without any sort of care.
I'll tell Aldrich about it. The creature that was comparable to what I'd seen patrolling.
Maybe we can time our getting out of here.
Maybe. How long? What kind of time period was it between his first pass and his second one?
It seemed to happen about 2 hours before. So, 2-hour gap.
So I'm gonna keep an eye out for the next 2-hour mark to see.
Okay.
In misery. Does this dome cover us under the ground?
That is a big point of contention in the D&D community, and I don't have an answer for you. That's up to the DM, to be honest.
We are gonna have vines popping up, aren't we?
It seems to be one of those, like, some DMs rule that it's not that way. Some DMs are like, that kind of defeats the purpose, because then like a bunch of enemies in like half an hour could just tunnel under the edge of your dome and it's no longer effective.
I will say, I am of the belief that it is a dome, which means that it is not a sphere. But that is, we will see if that becomes relevant, because it is not 100%. I see what you're concerned about. There's nothing that says that is going to happen.
At the very least, it's height-wise down enough that there's no gaps along the base.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, darn, what's wrong?
Plus, the creature would have to be intelligent enough to consider that as an option as well.
Did you smell it?
Okay. Third watch.
I'll take it.
When Ashlog wakes up, I'll tell her about
Oh,
the.
good. That's a 6.
6. Okay.
There it is. Are you ready for it? This? Oh, that's it. You smell good then.
When Ashlog gets up, I'll tell her about the the creature that came by and that he's on a 2-hour cycle, and at least. What?
Cool.
So, 2 things happen.
Why do you send like 50 billion memes while we're playing D&D? That's when I think of it.
I remember all those memes I said earlier.
The first thing, you do in fact see, did not seem to be there before, a small sprout pop up inside of the dome.
Does it look like the vines plant?
It does. As soon as you see it begin to start growing, you hear a second thing. You start to hear a melody.
Is it familiar?
It is a familiar melody, and as you begin to hear it, the vine itself starts to shrivel and die.
Interesting.
You got a lucky 2 dice rolls.
From dice roll that you rolled?
Yes.
Interesting. Is that all the information you're going to give me on that?
Yes. Okay. Third watch ends. You do not see the patrol pass by.
He didn't come back, but
No, you do not see it pass by again. Y'all all complete full night's rest.
I get like 6 hit points back. Do a maximum of 5.
I got back the 2 kite points I used before I went to sleep.
As the dome begins to fade,
Are the vines still there when I wake up?
the vines are not. However, and that would be something else that happened during the watch. As the morning came, what little light begins to peek through that suggests it's morning does seem to temporarily retreat the vines. However, it is not as bright as you would think for the day.
Is it a dim light level, I'm
It is
guessing?
a dim light level.
And is there any, like, do the vines retreat all the way back to the way they were for the rest of the maze, or is it like it's darker so they're like kind of coming out?
You see in shadowy places that the vines still seem to have a semblance of movement.
Hey, Remus, I've got a question for you.
Yes.
How would you feel? You've got a shield, is it, that's got magical light cast on it? Is that correct?
Nope.
Yeah. The continual flame.
I have a vial that has magical light cast on it.
That's neat. It's kind of like out of Lord of the Rings.
And I totally ripped that off.
You're a hack. Would you consider taking that out and shining it on the vines and seeing if there's any reaction?
Sure, this only can go well, given last time. And I will take my light out and I will wave it around at the plant.
Okay. What light spell do you have cast on that?
Continual flame.
Continual flame. Just a sec, I gotta look that up.
It doesn't burn.
Yeah, it's continual flame. It's like basically a magic torch that doesn't go out, I think.
I thought you said magic porch with a P.
I also heard porch.
And I was like, that's interesting.
Torch.
That's a fancy spell.
It does not seem. It does not seem to be as bright as normal.
Interesting.
And it does not seem to do anything to this darkness.
It doesn't retreat from it.
It does not retreat.
Well, that's unfortunate. I have 0 light producing spells because I don't like light.
Same.
Right, well, I guess we shall continue, and I will update everyone on the strange tree creature, the treacher that came by during the night.
Okay.
Probably not particularly friendly, so maybe keep your distance.
What kinds of, if it's plant based, what kinds of flame do we got? We got your green flame thingy. Anybody else got
I
flame
got
stuff?
a radiant flame. Sacred flame.
I mean, I have a torch, but that's it.
I have
just gonna toss it out there. Y'all have one more that y'all could use.
Sword.
Do you have the flame sword?
He should. I was under the impression that we were trying to make a point of not using those items at the moment.
I mean, that was when we were back there.
That's true.
Oh, take out
I
the
want the
murder
coin.
I want the coin.
Take out the pearl.
Fractal gets suddenly angry.
Is there anything that y'all would like to do before y'all set out for the day?
Do
I
we
think
want to attune to those?
I think we should be fine without them.
It might not hurt to attune to the sword if you think we might need flames.
Yeah. I mean,
I mean, that
against someone
is
being.
entirely up to Remus as to whether or not he wants to do that.
I wouldn't be against someone inheriting some good luck.
Mm,
In all reality, I'm
Okay,
probably the least likely to make good use of the coin, considering I sort of already have an ability like that.
do you want a shackle?
I mean, I can use it. I'm only two, I think, just these swords.
You can probably make more use of it than I could.
Okay. Just,
Wait, you have magic swords that need attunement? I don't remember this.
We got them in
Cool.
the wizard's weaponry place.
Yeah, 20 and 20.
Ah, right. I
Cool,
wasn't
right.
there.
Ah,
Glad you found some cool stuff though.
They're nunchuck swords.
they are throwing swords. So you throw one and then it teleports back into your hands like Vax's dagger.
Cool.
Right. So do we want to attune to some magic items before we go?
Or we can do it when we walk either one. I don't think we're gonna get there before we're attuned.
We're probably about 2 hours out from our destination.
do we trust those two items? I mean, the flame sword's been alright thus far, but do we trust the luck coin to try and make us
Yeah,
luck happy?
I trust it.
Okay. We'll go for it.
Worst case
Can I give you
scenario,
a look one?
wrench it from your hands.
Attune to the luck coin.
So, luck coin attuned, and
Remus.
Remus has
and Remus. Yeah, you're right. Remus has the sword. So both of those are being attuned.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Seems like it.
As y'all continue along, just for
Do you have the actual paper for it?
the sake of a little bit of brevity,
I think so.
I'll put it in my notes.
I think you might actually. I thought I gave it to you when I had you put the item in the.
Continue down that route.
for the sake of brevity, as y'all continue onward, can I get a marching order? And I will say the second item after we determine marching order.
I'll go first.
Really?
No,
I'll go first.
I'll go second.
I'll go third.
I'll take third. I'll take fourth.
Good. 2 clerics at the back.
Yeah.
Perfect.
You want me to be in the very back?
I'll take the very back.
Alright. Remus is called the very back.
Okay, I guess I'm third or fourth.
Okay. Can I get those who are in first position and sixth position? My first and last
Okay.
to roll dexterity saving throws.
Is this against
Oh boy. My
Something you can
is
see.
something I can see?
As vines seem to shoot out as y'all are walking along at some undetermined amount of time later. As y'all are simply walking along, you pass by what seems to be a overly shadowed area, and it seems to reach out and try to grab both of you. So it will be something that you can see. You can use that. What did you say? 13.
18.
18. You pass. You pass both. He passes the first.
Okay.
You're still gonna take. You take 8 damage as you jump out of the way.
What type?
It's not you. Sorry. Remus, you take 8 damage as this vine reaches out and attempts to grab at you. Slipping out of its reach, you still do get caught by the thorns as it's trying to grip on, and it scrapes across your skin. So yeah, 8 points of it's going to be piercing damage. More slashing, I guess. It really just depends. I guess it'd be more slashing as it doesn't quite get in. But yes, both of you seem a little bit taken aback by it as in the hour that you have started walking, you have noticed that the light itself seems to still be getting even darker, even though you know it is midday. It's unsettling. However, it seems like this might become a more regular occurrence going forward.
Can we see the thing?
Can you see where
The central cluster.
you are at this point able to see it? You're able to see at least the mound as you look up that seems to be branching out and reaching to all of these different hedges. You are close. With that, we are going to go ahead and call it for the night because I do not want to get into any sort of encounter for this. But yes,
Sweet.
you are at the cusp of this large central twisted root that seems to be causing all of this mischief.
Guys, I fought one of these in my backyard a couple years ago. Plot twist: it's poison ivy.
I think you fought one of these in my front yard a couple of years ago.
That's true.
Well, guys, it's gonna be fun. I look forward to this. This is gonna be almost, I won't say almost entirely homebrewed because I did steal it off of someone else's homebrew for some of it. But I look forward to y'all telling me how it goes.
So going into this, Misery would have told the party, it looks like we're probably going to be fighting for about a minute, and it seems like there's a good chance that once that's up, our enemies will be gone afterwards.
Come again.
Which part was
We're going to be
confusing?
fighting for a minute.
Yes.
And after that, our enemies will be gone.
Yes.
Like we have to hold out for a minute, or we can kill them before the minute's over.
No, we should, if we make it the full minute, the spell that I have been given should complete and should,
Cool.
in theory, I am led to believe
Okay. We're gonna
that
go
it
ahead.
might make the vines go away. That is what I'm hoping.
Okay. I look forward to next week with you guys. I'm going to go ahead and end the stream now.
Oh, we did a long rest. I'm going to